You know, I've been talking to my wife a little bit about getting out of town lately, and it just so happens to be the Easter Jeep Safari 2021 edition. So hell, I just went to Lowe's and I bought some styrofoam, which I'll explain later. But now we're on the road, on our way to Moab. Can't wait to do my first Easter Jeep Safari in my LX470. Here we are, putting that snorkel to a real rain test. It's kind of exciting. I don't have any worries about this thing leaking or, you know, water getting in my intake. Cool Lexus! I love seeing a fellow Lexus on the road. Yo, this is exciting. So, I don't think I've ever been in Moab when it's raining. My first move is I gotta get to a campground very quickly. I don't have a reservation to stay tonight, and everywhere down here is booked because of Easter Jeep Safari. And on top of that, it's first come, first serve in most of these places. So hopefully this weather and all the weather I went through to get here keeps a lot of my compadres back a little bit so I can snag myself a campsite. Wow. I have been in traffic in Moab before. I have never been in this much traffic. It is bumper to bumper all the way from Arches to obviously downtown. So this is kind of a big deal. All right, for anybody familiar with Moab, I am leaving Moab, heading back towards Salt Lake City and towards Arches National Park. It is Friday, 3:58 p.m. I've already been into town. There's nowhere to sleep. So now I'm looking for a primitive campsite, AKA free land. But this is why there is nowhere to stay in town. I have never seen Moab like this in my life. 2 lanes of traffic, all the way from the Arches National Park entrance, possibly beyond. It's crazy. It's exciting. It's cool, I guess. Okay, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I hate heights. It's the reason that you'll never see me do Hell's Revenge on this channel, because I've done it once and I never want to do it again. I don't like being up high. I don't like trusting my brakes. I don't like any of it. Oh, by the way, I'm camping on Gemini Bridges, and let me show you what this looks like. Do you see this road? Yeah, heights. Is it beautiful? Oh my God, it's absolutely beautiful. Is it safe? It's pretty safe, but do I feel like I'm gonna freaking puke knowing that every single turn could be my last? Yeah, I definitely do. That part I'm not into at all, but god dang, it's beautiful here. You know, I came down here again without a campsite reservation, which was a mistake, but here I am finding some new interesting topography, which is cool. But I remember when I was reading about this free campground, and hopefully it's not full, they were saying don't attempt this at night. I would like to reiterate that. Do not attempt this road at nighttime. It is not safe. All right, so I am not going to get to camp at Gemini Bridges tonight. It was full, and I've heard horror stories of park rangers showing up and kicking you out if you show up after hours. So, not show up after hours, if you're there after hours. So now I'm on my way to find a new place to camp, but obviously everywhere I go, all these other spring chickens are getting there ahead of me. So am I nervous? A little bit. Am I doing all this just to not pay $59 to sleep into a parking lot? Yes. Is it about the money? No. I just really want to stay in nature tonight. And you know, most of Utah is known for being able to stay wherever you want. But not Moab. Moab is a tourist town. You pay to stay. So remember that. If you ever come out here and you want to have a good time and you don't want to be worried about where you're going to stay for the night, just get a place. Because, you know, even though I'm enjoying driving all the off-road trails, I'm doing them with a purpose beyond recreating, and that's never as fun. All right, up ahead there is Gooney Bird Rock. Pretty obvious why it's called that. Looks like a big old, what do you call those things? Penguin. Perfect little bird. All right, so this was a real impromptu camping trip. Like, I decided last night about 8 p.m. that I was gonna come to Moab on Easter Jeep Safari weekend. And I didn't want to do it real expensive. I don't want to go spend $200 a night for a hotel without my family. That just seems kind of rude. So I decided to camp it. Also, something kind of nice about sleeping in your car, you know? you realize how nice your bed is when you get home. So I went to Lowe's and I picked up some stuff to keep me warm because it's supposed to drop down to 34 degrees tonight. Very short planning again. Let me show you what I got. Okay, I bought a roll of this stuff. It's like bubble wrap with, you know, tinfoil on it. I bought a big old 4x8 of, I don't even know what you call this, housing insulation. I'm also using that as my mattress, and I'm going to, I essentially just cut it in the parking lot to get the fit because these are so big, and shoved it in. I also grabbed a remnant, as you see down there, of, what is that, particle board, as my mattress. And I have my toolbox and one of the third row seats as my underlayment. So now that I found a spot to camp, I am going to try to weatherproof this place and make it as warm as possible. Sometimes I almost forget to show y'all how ridiculous this all is. So here's my plan to stay warm tonight. I bought some frog tape. I mean, again, this is like camping with a credit card, all right? I packed a bag real quick. I got the dog the stuff he needed. I remembered my trail book and my pillow and my sleeping bag. But, you know, then I checked the weather and it was like, oh shit, it's freaking 34 degrees at night and I'm sleeping in a metal box with glass. So, swiped the card, got me the insulation, got me the frog tape. Let's just see if this works. How many stickers of frog tape does it take? Plus the pressure of slamming a door to keep insulation up. Well, I'll tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my first attempt. It's actually working. This is awesome. Okay, we're gonna do a little fold here. I'm gonna do a quick slam. You ready? Now, you're not going to fool anybody on whether or not someone's sleeping in this car, but what's cool is you can have extreme privacy, and more important for me, you can keep the sunlight out, but the heat in. All right, y'all. I hope you have someone in your life, male, female, child, lover, whatever, who leaves you notes in your car when you go on a trip. That's just really sweet. I'm going to give a quick moment of thanks to the weather. I drove through snow to get here. It was pouring rain even when I moved into Moab earlier today, and I got here in the campground and it's not raining. And that makes my job of insulating this vehicle so much easier. So thank you. Because now I can take everything out. Moving on to door 2 on the home show. This is like that low quality grade DIY right here. But you know what? I like a project. I'm the kind of guy who wants to spend $70 for a $30 outcome. You know what I mean? All right, let's see where we're at so far. Whoa, I heard about this whole thing. Let's peek over. Ooh. It's like Apollo 13 up in here. Driver's window. Some people call me the Space Cowboy. Do you guys have an answer on how to do this like permanently, where you can just keep these and slap them up all the time and bring them down, but still roll your windows down? Let me know. Leave a comment. Let's make this better. Okay, ready? We got foam core insulation, Space Cowboy windows. All we need now is a good door slam. Another one's done. You know what I always forget to do? And you know, it's really too late once you've slapped up the windows. I always forget to see if my car is level in the parking spot. Looks like it's leaning to the left just a little bit. But at least my head, come here buddy, come here Rocket. At least my head will be at the top of the hill. I don't like when my head's at the bottom of the hill. You get like all freaking head rush all night. I know it's early in the game, y'all, but I'm feeling this. Okay, I bought a 25-foot roll of this stuff, which I'll have a link in the description, as well as I'll have a link for that frog tape, so I'm feeling it. And you know what? I don't know if Amazon sells styrofoam board, but I know your Lowe's does. So as you can see, I've got, what, maybe 6 feet left on a 25-foot roll. I cut everything very liberally. So, you know, you might be able to get away with a 20-foot or You know, I don't know if they make a 15, but I'm very happy with the 25-foot roll. Let me just, you know, throw some stuff together. Okay, next up, we are going to mess with the styrofoam board and then finally the bed. Okay, I'm thinking I might put two of the styrofoam boards across the front seats. Just segment off that area for some warmth. The only other option would be across the back. I've got 1, 2, 3 large chunks. And I got 2 long chunks down here. I really want to call this my silver coffin, even though I don't want to die. That is pretty much the most unnatural. Look at this. Nature, unnature. Nature, unnature. This is unnature. That's what I'm sleeping in. I came out to nature to sleep in literally a styrofoam tinfoil space house. What's wrong with me? Okay, we're getting closer and closer to a bed. I got all this leftover styrofoam. I'm not gonna throw it away tonight because who knows if I'll need it tomorrow, but it might not make it home with me. There's a dumpster over there. Got 2 sleeping bags down, just as padding with my styrofoam on top of my plywood. I like a hard mattress, so I'm actually pretty good with it. I mean, I might be speaking a different tune tomorrow, but right now it feels great. And then my wife got me this Lowe sleeping bag. It's supposed to be real badass, so we'll find out tonight. Well, somehow I find the only campground without any neighbors. It's pretty cool. You know, I think this foil would do pretty good in the summertime. You know, there's moments in this world where 2 eggs is like the most delicious meal in the world, because you know how hard it is to acquire and how hard it is to create in the middle of nowhere. Got my little camp stove. I have 2 hot eggs for dinner. I'm pretty happy. It's getting really cold out here. It's very windy. So it's about time to like get into the car for the rest of the evening. Normally I'd go over easy, but I don't have that much water with me, so I'm not trying to clean up a over easy pan. So we're gonna go over medium or over hard. Whew. It's real cold now. This egg's very interesting because it's cooking on the bottom, but the top is not cooking. So I'm just kind of scraping it and moving it around the pan here. This pan is whatever the opposite of non-stick is. Sticky. I mean, I know there's a weird coating on it. I can see it, but it's not a non-stick coating. I don't know. It's like a very odd texture. I've had better. You know what I like about camping though? It helps you appreciate all the little things in life, right? I can't tell how many times I eat eggs at a restaurant. I'm like, this egg sucks or whatever. And here I am, eating a no salt egg with a weird Chinese pan coating on it. I'm missing those Starbucks eggs. They're not even that good. But it'd be like fucking gourmet right now. Yeah, there we go. The yolk. I just gotta eat as fast as possible now because it's probably 37 and windy. Very cold. I'm not dressed for it. It's a good yolk. All right, for my next trick, I'm going to heat up a hot water bottle. Put that in the sleeping bag with us tonight. That should give us a couple hours of warmth. Hopefully 1 or 2. At least let me fall asleep, which is nice. I'm gonna get the rest of the hot water, this boiling, and put in this pan, because this pan is definitely jacked up. All right, it's 7:36. It is not that dark outside. In fact, it's quite light. Took a couple of the shades down, otherwise we'd be sitting in a pitch black box right now. Rocket's back there. I've got the motor on. What's up, Rocket? I got the motor on. I'm just gonna warm the car up to like a nice 74. I didn't download any good movies or TV shows because I was trying to like get away from screens on this trip. Now I'm kind of wishing it did. What you gonna do? No big deal. I should probably get away from screens. For those of you who don't have this book, it's kind of a must-have. It's The Guide to Moab, Utah Backroads and Four-Wheel Drive Trails by Charles Wells. So we're gonna be doing the 7-mile rim trail. I've done what I think I've done this whole thing once before, but I'm not sure. My buddy Big Just and I did it years ago. So I'm gonna read about it and see if there's anything to be aware of. Okay, that's probably the last time I'll check in tonight. So hopefully tomorrow, I just had a great night's sleep and I was warm and everything was beautiful and the birds are chirping and we hit the trails, right? I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay, observation 1. I think I fell asleep for about 2 hours. It's 11:30 now. My head's cold. I'm worried about the dog. He seems to be okay right now, but I think we still have a good hot water bottle and he's very burrowed. You okay, buddy? I'm gonna give you one of my little heat packs. Can you use it? The lights inside the Lexus, like the map lights and the door lights, don't turn on now. So I'm hoping that's because of a cool Lexus safety measure and not because my battery's dead. That would totally suck. That's it. I'm gonna try to put a hoodie on and go back to sleep. Yep. It's 30 degrees inside the car. Let's only get down to 39. So obviously that wasn't right. Woke up at 3:30 in the morning. That was the last time I got up, I think. And I had to crack open 2 heat packs, 2 more hot hand warmers. I was a little worried about the dog. He's just doing okay. Other than that, it's 6:44. And it's too cold here. It's not pretty good. Sleeping bag did well. At this point, I'm just in pain because I can't stretch fully out because I didn't take the kid seat out. Full laziness for your parent, you know what I mean? Normally, I got to put my head in between the front seats because I'm 6'5" to fully stretch out. I didn't do that this trip. I don't regret it, but I do. Well, that's probably the coldest I've ever camped. 28 degrees when I wake up in the morning. Rocket's dog bowl is full of ice. Thing froze solid last night. Cold desert camping. Thanks for watching another episode of Texas Lexus. If you have a moment, please drop a comment. Tell us what you liked. Answer a couple of those questions that I asked earlier in the video. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button because you will not want to miss the next video where we brutalize the 2004 LX470 on a trail that was actually probably too difficult for it. Well, let's just say my running boards did not make it.
Don't run me over. I'm ready at any minute to run.